Hi, good morning, all. I'm on. I think you couldn't see me, but nice to see everyone.
Hi, good morning, Erica.
Hi.
Erica.
Good morning.
Hi, Erica.
Hi, Robert.
And I'm also here too. I don't know, Robert
Connie.
and Lou, if you can.
Okay. Okay, I think we total have 165 or 4 persons in this meeting right now. And my name is Joy. And I would like to have, first of all, introduce our faculty in Shih Chien University. And for the first one is Shang. Shang is already, appear in the screen. Shang, Dr. Shang Shi, he is teaching the artificial intelligence in smart service management program. Okay, and we also have John. Can you turn on your camera?
Yes.
John? Okay, and John is an IT guy, and he is teaching in, I don't know, what do you teach to this semester?
Oh, actually, this semester I am teaching about is a kind of like a machine learning and big data in tourism industries.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. And so he is also the faculty of Smart Service Management Department. And then next one is Jin, Dr. Jin Huang. Hi, Jin. And our marketing guy, Jin is teaching marketing management in food and beverage management department. And Dr. Chen. Hi, Dr. Chen. Can you hear me, Dr. Chen?
Hey. Hi.
Okay, all right. And Dr. Chen is teaching food sanitation and safety. So all our faculty, and it's really, our honor to invite the faculty from Department of Hospitality and Tourism Management, Temple University. And today, you're going to introduce the Temple University to all our students, and also to tell us about the collaborations with the Temple University. So, Professor Robert Lee, would you please give us a speech or, a welcome remarks or something for my students?
非常感谢高老师啊。I decided to go with my Mandarin and just to welcome everyone and say thank you to everyone, to our Shih Chien colleagues and students. 各位老师、各位同学，非常非常高兴有这么样一个机会，能够跟大家这样隔空的见面啊。期待有机会我们会有这个实际的这个 in person 的见面，但是这次也会是一个非常好的一个开端。那么我们是在费城的天普大学，叫体育旅游酒店学院里面的旅游酒店管理系。那么非常高兴有这么一个机会和咱们实践大学有一个深度合作啊，第一次见面，然后大家的这个团队都非常的庞大，然后听说有160多位同学，我们也是特别特别的开心。然后这个希望呢，今天的这样一个见面呢，能够预示着我们以后非常密切的、深度的这个交流，也非常再次感谢高主任、高老师的这个直接的关心和领导，能够促成这个我们这样一个 partnership 的开始。谢谢。
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Robert. Should we just getting started from our end? Okay, great. So let me share my slide. What do I have here? Okay. All right. Let me change the setting a little bit. Okay. All right, great. Can everyone see my screen now? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I can't see everybody, so just give me a voice. So thank you, Professor Cal, for the great introduction. Thank you, Robert. So as you can see, we have a Temple crew here, and we're really excited to be here and meet everybody to introduce Temple and SCHM. So join me today are my dear colleagues who I'm going to introduce in a second. As you can see, the first one I would like to introduce is Ms. Erica Clems. She is the Assistant Vice President of International Affairs. So next is Dr. Xiang Robert Lee, who just spoke to everyone. He's the chair of the Department of Tourism and Hospitality Management. And next we have Ms. Connie Zingarelli. She's the Director of Graduate Admissions, Fox School of Business and School of Sport, Tourism and Hospitality Management. So the last is me. My name is Lulu. I'm Assistant Professor of the School of Sport, Tourism and Hospitality Management. So it's a great honor and a pleasure to be here. So these are our topics for today, but I really want to make sure this is a comfortable environment. So towards the end, feel free to ask us any questions that you have. So today's topics are follow. So first, we would have Erica to introduce Temple, just a general overview of Temple and Philadelphia, especially study abroad at Temple. And then we have an overview of the school and the department. And following that, we will have a brief introduction of the graduate program and opportunities. And in the end, I will briefly introduce from a faculty perspective what the classroom experience looks like, and also some resources students may have while they here with us. And also in the end, we'll invite questions from the audience. So without further ado, let me get started. So Erica, so the floor is yours, I believe.
Thank you, Lou, and good morning, everyone. Good evening from Philadelphia. It's really wonderful to be here today and to tell you a little bit about Temple and some of the opportunities that you have to study at Temple through our partner programs. So we're happy to introduce Temple, and we have a short video to get started. So Lou, would you mind playing that?
Sure, let me do that. I have a separate tab open. Okay, let me just end this one. Alrighty, let me switch back.
So you can see a little bit of our campus and our wonderful city in that introductory video. You may have been wondering why you saw shots from Tokyo and Rome, and that is because Temple actually has 2 international campuses in Tokyo and in Rome, in addition to our main campus in Philadelphia. So to share a little bit about Temple University, we are a public research institution that was founded in 1884 by a Baptist minister named Russell Conwell. So we are often asked why we are called Temple University, And the reason is because our founder, Russell Conwell, was a Baptist minister and made a famous speech in a building that you can see if you ever come to our campus called the Baptist Temple, which was really the founding of our institution when he started to teach members of his congregation about the Baptist ministry. But now our school has grown to a research institution. We are a top 100 best value school, a top 50 public school, and among the top 70 universities according to the QS World University Ranking. We're also an R1 research institution, which means that puts us in the top category of research activity. But although we are a relatively large institution, you'll see that we have about a 13 students to 1 professor faculty ratio. So you can be in classes that are relatively small and really get that opportunity to get to know your professor and the other students in the class. So next slide. So a little bit about Philadelphia, if you're not already familiar with our city, we are the second largest city on the East Coast after New York. And it's very conveniently located in between New York and Washington, D.C. So particularly for students that are looking to come to study abroad, it's very easy to travel while you're here to get to New York or to D.C. But Philadelphia is really a wonderful city. It's a home to many Fortune 500 companies. And I'm sure Connie and Robert will talk a little bit later about all of the different opportunities that allows our students when they come to Philadelphia for internships and other career opportunities. But in addition to that, we really have a vibrant culture and art scene as well. So, and it's a very affordable city. When you come, you can find many things to do. So a little bit about one of the programs that we're going to talk to you today is our Study Abroad program. And this program allows students to come study at Temple for 1 semester or 1 year. And as you'll learn a little bit later on, you can use this as a pathway into a graduate program as well. So we receive around 100 to 150 students each semester on our study abroad programs, and they come from all over the world. So you can see in this photo, these are students from our actual programs that are coming from 15 different countries. And we have very personalized support for the students when they come in. We offer a special orientation, special arrival programming, assistance with housing, and fun activities and events throughout the year. So on our campus, we have commitment to health and safety. So we've been successfully operating in person since the fall with a vaccine requirement and mask mandates as well. So students have been able to study through the pandemic this past year in person, which has been a really wonderful benefit for us, given the vaccines and the safety requirements that we have in place. We also have a 24-hour security service, as well as walking escorts and a security app. And students can use that to get an escort home or a shuttle service home if they're studying in the library or they're at a friend's house and they want shuttle service to get back to their dorm. They can use that service as well. So this is a video from one of our vlogs, one of our exchange students that actually just left the university in the spring. And if you scan the QR code, we actually have a number of blogs and vlogs you can take a look at from this past year that will show you a little bit more about the student experience when you come to study at Temple. But Lou, if you don't mind starting this video, you can hear right from our student Minsuk. Lou, I think the sound is muted.
The sound is muted? Okay, let me reshare.
Thank you.
Because it's built in the slides. Let me share it again. Okay.
University is on.
How about now?
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, let me start it one more time.
Hello, my name is Min-Seok Park, and I'm studying at Temple University as a Global Programs Study Abroad student from fall 2021. Today, I made this video to share my experience as a Global Programs vlogger. Coming to Temple is my first experience living abroad in my life. So, when I first arrived in the United States, I was nervous, even scared. Somehow, I felt like I was left alone in the world, probably because the language is different and the culture is different. However, thanks to the orientation provided by global programs, that doubt disappeared in just one day. Participating in programs provided by the Temple student activities also made it more enjoyable to adjust to life in the United States. During the orientation period, I was able to adjust to school, meet new friends, and learn about the United States, including Philadelphia. To name some particularly memorable moments, first of all, I remember the global program's orientation information sessions. I attended orientation and academic advising for international students over 2 days. They kindly explained what I needed to know to do better at Temple and the important things about actual course registration. So, I got to know this place more intimately and in detail. In particular, based on the information they gave me about fruit trucks, I went here and there, and the fruit trucks in Temple were really delicious. And yeah, Bell Tower Takeover is memorable. This is an event hosted by student activities, and I was able to enjoy it with other international students because global programs provided a chance to look around together. There were lots of free gifts along with upbeat music. I was able to fill my stomach while eating ice cream and pizza, and I could play mini golf with my friends. Aside from that, the really colorful events such as campus tour, outdoor group lunch, life and culture sessions, city excursions, Temple Fest, and International Student Night with Temple Athletics turned me, a stranger, into awe. In addition, many events were held this week during the orientation and weeks of welcome, such as an outdoor movie, glow party, Tia Palooza, and Play Fair. I think these events would be of great help to international students from all over the world, not only because they were fun, but also to help them quickly and naturally get used to life in the United States. Today, I showed you what Temple University is doing for many international students like me based on my experience. I would like to continue to share experiences that will help you in the future. Then, see you next time. Thank you. Hello?
So that just shows you a little bit about what Minsuk's initial experience was like, but you can look at more of our vlogs if you scan the QR code. One of the opportunities that you have available when you come to Temple as a study abroad student is to live in our global living learning community. And the great thing about this community is that it pairs you with an American roommate and also other international students from all over the world. So this community lives together with American and international students, and then you can participate in globally focused events and activities, as well as take one credit course on global citizenship. So this is a really wonderful way to learn more about the US, learn more about different cultures, and get integrated into the Temple community. And finally, as I mentioned, we do plan lots of fun activities and trips during your study abroad semester so that you can meet new friends and get to know Philadelphia and enjoy your time at Temple. So I hope you will consider studying abroad, and I'm excited to have my colleagues share some additional information on our graduate opportunities. So thank you, Lou.
Thank you, Erica, for the warm introduction. Next, let's move to Temple School Sport, Tourism, Hospitality Management, and Overview provided by Dr. Robert Lee. Dr. Lee, the floor is yours.
谢谢陆老师，我会用中文来介绍，因为这个刚才看到刚才 Erica 的介绍，特别是看到那个视频，也让我想起了20年前的我自己做一个 former international student， 也曾经有这样子非常 对我的人生来说非常重要的一个 transition 啊，在海外留学然后工作。刚才的那位同学提到了一个非常重要的词，就是体验 experience。那么我们也知道现在的这个经济被称为体验经济，但是我想的话，可能没有任何一个school 像我们的这个 School of Sport Tourism and Hospitality Management 一样，这么完美的体现了体验经济的精髓。陆老师，麻烦你往下。我们的这个 school 呢，成立于1998年，到现在差不多1000个学生左右，有2个系，一个是 Sport to Recreation， 还有一个就是我们的 Tourism Hospitality Management。我们在过去的这么20多年中间，已经毕业了5000多位校友。虽然是一开始是根植于费城这个区域，但是我们现在我们的校友，我们的毕业生已经满布天下，所以我们非常非常自豪我们这个学院在过去20多年中间取得的成就。下一张。这个可以麻烦陆老师给我们也放一个我们关于我们的这个 school 的一个非常短的一个视频，谢谢。
Absolutely. Let me share the video. Let me close the slides and then share the video.
Management. The School
李老师可以听见吗？
of Sport, Tourism, and Hospitality Management, often known as STHM, is a business-minded program for those particular industries.
Every class that you take in STHM and your major within sport and rec management or tourism and hospitality build off of the fundamentals that you're taught in those core business classes.
The STHM courses and curriculum are really designed to develop you not only as a student, but as a professional.
I really love the program that STHM has created because it offers such a wide variety of things to learn.
A lot of your professors, if not most of them, have already been in the industry in some capacity, and sometimes they still work in the industry.
STHM is perfectly located in North Philadelphia, which is home to huge portions of our industries. We're a subway ride away from all of the professional sports teams in Philadelphia. There's thousands of hotel rooms, plenty of restaurants, huge events that come and happen right here in our own backyard.
好，谢谢陆老师。
Okay, just a 1 second. You're most welcome.
今天是这个测验陆老师这个 Microsoft Team 的使用的熟练程度。
Which is really bad.
No, you did perfect. 谢谢。那么我们这个school 呢，实际上是一个首先我们是一个公立大学，因此来说，从一个所谓的 value 的角度来说，以一个比较affordable 的一个学费的这样一个 level， 但是提供刚才 Erica 提到的，我们是全美也是全球非常顶尖的高等教育质量。那么我们这个 school 呢，有一个很特别的地方，就是我们位于费城。这个在一个 urban location 的话，这个意味着什么呢？我们的整个的费城这个城市，就是犹如我们的一个实验室一样的。这一点，在座的同学可能未必能够直接的感受到。我自己到美国，首先是在2所大学读了我的第2个硕士和博士，然后又在另外一个大学任教了9年。在那么多年里面，我一直是在所谓的叫 college town， 就是比较小的大学城里面，然后搬到了费城。一个费城的一个很重要的点就是我们离纽约和华盛顿都非常近。那么有这样一个 urban location， 其实对于生活的便利，对于我们自己的这个视野，实际上是非常非常的不同。对于一个留学的这个 international student 来说，我觉得有这样一个环境，其实对于你的学习不仅仅是学习和文化的体验，这是一个非常非常大的益处。同时来说，我们这个学校，我们的这个 school 呢，非常 emphasize 叫做 experiential education， 就是所谓的体验式教育。所以我们的很多的这个课堂的教育呢，当然是有一方面是我们的书本上的教育，但是很多东西是我们要学以致用，而且是让能够大家看得见、摸得着，能够有直接的体验。这个对于我们这样的学科来说是非常非常的重要。最后呢，我们的这个整个的我们的学生，乃至于我们的老师的整个这个群体来说，是一个非常 diverse 的，而且非常国际化的一个团队。这个呢，也可以说是对于我们的国际的同学来说，会是一个非常非常棒的体验。谢谢陆老师，下一张。好，那么如果说我们的这个 school 的一个所谓的defining 的一个我们的特点的话呢，一个是我们虽然本身是一个独立的 school 呢，但是我们又和我们的商学院是非常密切在一起，我们在同一个 building， 我们 share 很多很多的资源，因此来说，我们是你中有我，我中有你的一个姐妹学院。因此来说的话呢，我们会有很多的教学等等方面的资源呢，是和商学院共享。同时来说的话呢，我们是虽然是一个比较小，是在天普来说是最小的一个 school， 但是呢，以我们的老师和这个 staff 和这个的整个和学生的配比来说的话，这个让我们这个小小的 school 1,800个学生的这个 school 有一个非常非常紧密的一个很其乐融融的一种家庭的氛围。这一点呢，我们所有的校友，我们的毕业生都是提到这一点，都是赞口不绝。同时来说，我们的这个很多的老师和我们的 staff 呢，很多人都是来自于业界，之前在有丰富的业界的经验，那么然后呢，转到了高等教育，转到了研究等等方面，因此呢，他们会在课堂里面或者在研究中间呢，体现非常好的学以致用这样的精神。最后来说呢，我们刚才说到，我们是以在费城这个城市为立足，那同时来说呢，又是全球的一个 network， 因此来说，我们有很广泛的行业的这样一个 connections 啊。下一张，谢谢。那么这个费城这个非常 perfect 的 location， 对于我们所刚才提到的几个行业来说，不管是旅游酒店业、体育，还是这个我们现在越来越兴起的这个 event 这个节饰这个行业，我们整个的费城的旅游酒店的 economy 是在全美是第4大，一个非常大的一个行业。那么我们光是在费城就有1000个以上的各种类型的餐馆。这点也顺便说一句，费城有一个有志于要成为一个 food tourism destination， 因此来说，我们不断的有这个新的餐馆去开张。这个对于我们这种像很爱美食的人来说，特别是以前生活在小的大学城，没有那么多好吃的啊，现在是真是经常是就是眼花缭乱，都选不过来。然后我们有很好的一个，就是而且非常欣欣向荣的一个旅游，一个酒店业，我们有最近还在新开了若干家的，比如说4季酒店，比如说 W 酒店等等等等。还有呢，就是我们刚才也提到的，我们有很多个职业的这个体育的队伍，比如说大家非常耳熟能详的，比如说费城的 Eagles 的那个橄榄球队，还有我们的76人的篮球队等等。因此来说，整个费城可以说是和我们这个 school 来说是一个完美的结合。下一张，谢谢。那么提到我们这个系本身，根据2021年的上海 ranking 的话，我们是全球排名第8名，美国第3名的这个在旅游酒店行业，是应该说是在过去的20年中间，我们虽然还是非常年轻，但是已经赢得了非常可以说享誉全球的在研究和教学方面非常好的一个名声。那么这个是有赖于我们的一个 world class 的 faculty， 同时的话呢，我们有很强的 staff support。我们的这个系里面目前是提供5个degree program， 2个本科，2个 undergraduate， 一个叫做 event and entertainment， 这是我们刚刚推出的 然后呢，同时有一个 Tourism Hospitality Management，也非常欢迎大家来我们这边 study abroad。那么，然后呢，我们有一个 Master Program in Hospitality Management， 还有一个 Online Master Degree in Travel and Tourism。顺便说一句，我们在目前正在对整个的我们的 program 进行一些重组，希望能够更好的顺应我们的这个业界的整个生态的发展。最后呢，我们还有一个非常非常享誉全球的博士点，就是在我们的商学院里面，所以这个博士点是放在这个叫 Business Administration， 就是商业管理，但是是一个 concentration in tourism and sports。这个呢是在过去的这么10几年中间，已经毕业了大量的全球非常享誉全球的很多的这个校友，然后呢，在很多的高校里面已经是成为非常成功的这个资深的学者。谢谢，下一张。那么我们特别想要提到的就是，我们不仅仅是书本的教育，我们刚才反复说了，我们是一个 experiential learning。那么这个 experiential learning 一方面是由我们的老师，像我们陆老师这样非常非常优秀，而且有业界经验，很善于这个学以致用的这样子的老师。同时来说呢，也是由我们的几个所谓的不同的 working units， 也就是我们的一个叫 Center for Student Services， 他们呢是帮助我们的同学，比如说帮助他们 advising， 就是整个他们的 program 啊怎么样，每一个人有自己的这个degree program 的具体的这个进程。我们有所谓的 tempos 叫 Flying For 的这么一个 program， 帮助undergraduate 的同学能够非常及时的毕业。然后呢，我们还有这个多个的学生的这个组织。下一张，谢谢。那么同时我们还有一个叫 Center for Industry Engagement CIE， 这个 center 是帮助我们的同学寻找，比如说 internship， 我们的 internship 的这个 placement 是100%，所有的同学在 undergraduate 和 graduate level 都有很好的机会能够有实习，而且我们实习的，您刚才也说到了，费城本身已经有一个非常强大的业界的这么一个资源，同时不要忘了，我们是1个多小时。离纽约只有1个多小时，离华盛顿2个多小时，所以整个这个东海岸最核心的美国东海岸最繁华、最核心的这个区域，尽在我们的这个非常近的这么一个距离里面。所以我们的这么多年下来，我们在整个这个区域有很多的非常成功的校友和毕业生，他们也帮助我们新的毕业生能够不管是寻找他们的 internship 还是工作机会。同时来说，我们的这个 CIE 也经常的帮助我们 arrange 各种各样的活动，比如说我们也请很多大公司的高管来不定期的到我们这边来进行做一些 workshop， 做一些这个和学生直接面对面的这么样一个交流。下一张。然后呢，我们同时也辅之于我们学生有各种各样的 club， 他们有他们的 professional organizations。同时，我们刚才 Erica 也提到了，我们有一个东京，有一个罗马的校区，所以的话呢，我们有很多的 study abroad 的机会。同时来说的话呢，我们还有很好的一个 community engagement。比如说，等一会儿我会提到，我们这个目前我们的系和旅游我们的研究中心正在进行中的一个项目，是为费城的机场做他们的这个机场的乘客的体验的这个 survey 这个调查。我们每一年会派大量的学生到机场，收取4000份以上的问卷。这个本身呢，也给我们的学生一个很好的机会，能够和我们的 community 和我们的 passenger，和我们的业界进行交流。谢谢，下一张。比如说，我们去年在疫情刚刚开始的时候，我们举办了一个所谓的叫 THE Tourism Hospitality Event Global Higher Education Leadership Summit。当时我们请了30多位全球的业界和学界的顶级的这个学者和业界领袖，然后我们有差不多来自81个国家的 超过5000人以上的这个 audience 在那2天的活动中间，这样的活动呢，是由我们的一个 event management 的一个课程的那个同学和老师亲自打造的这么一个 virtual event。因此，我们的学生一方面通过这样一个活动，有机会和这样的业界领袖直接交流，同时他们本身能够 stage 这样一个 event， 也是非常有意思的，我们所谓 experiential learning 的一个 opportunity。谢谢，下一张。那么我刚才提到，我们有一个研究中心，这个研究中心的一个很重要的工作，也是帮助我们建立起美洲和亚太地区的这个桥梁，然后呢，做很多的非常实用性的一个研究。比如说下一张，谢谢。比如说我们在这个过去的几年中间，我们给加拿大的国家旅游局，给这个美国的商务部，给迪士尼，给这个刚才说的我们的 airport 等等，做了一系列的不同的研究。在19年的时候，我们和香港理工大学还合办了一个非常成功的 China Tourism Forum， 等等这样的活动，也都是给了我们同学和我们的这个老师很多的机会和这个业界紧密的结合。谢谢，下一张。应该好像就是应该这样。好，我这个因为今天时间不多，我们是第一次见面，那么其实我打开话匣子，我们其实有很多关于我们的学院和我们的这个系的很多的介绍，但是呢，时间有限，我把下一棒交给我们的 Connie 老师来介绍我们的 graduate program。Connie, please.
Thank you, Robert. Go ahead, Lou. So tonight, or actually this morning for you, but tonight for us, we're going to cover our Master's in Hospitality Management program. Since this is our first meeting together, we'll just talk very broadly and briefly about this program. But when we look at a program like hospitality management, we really want to focus on our students getting real world experience. So our classes are designed to make you feel like you're ready to go out into the real world when you do. Our faculty come from the broad industry. They come with much experience, and they will help to provide many networking opportunities for you, not only within the STHM industry, but with our partners, our corporate partners, and also our alumni who are very, very involved with our programs. One of the hallmarks of this program is the hands-on learning. So we offer many internships and class projects that will have you engage with actual companies and actual problems. So you are getting more real-world experience before you go out onto the job market. Go ahead, Lou. So who is this program for? If you have an interest in any of these areas, hotel and resort management, operations management, perhaps the restaurant industry, you're very into food, you're into exciting food concepts, maybe you're interested in large-scale events, conventions, meeting planning, even going so far as to be interested in gaming and casino management. Perhaps you have already worked in some of these areas, or you have had an internship in some of these areas. That is who this program is for. We want to get you professionally ready to go out into the industry and take on positions in any of these areas. So a little bit about the program. This program takes place on campus, as Robert has said. It is a fairly flexible program, 30 total credits. So each of our classes are 3 credits each, so that is 10 total classes. We'll do this program in about 16 months, so just over 1 year. Most of our courses are offered in the late afternoon or early evening. And that's important for you because you can spend your daytime doing studying, meeting with your career advisor, meeting with your small study teams. You can spend your days doing part-time work or working on an internship. So you have time during this program to really focus on learning and growing during the day, and then you're going to be in the classroom in the later afternoon or early evening. We do spend a fair bit of time with you on professional development and career coaching. And that's something you'll hear about from everybody when you interact with them coming to the school. Thank you, Lou. So a little bit just about the application. And again, this is very brief, and I'm happy to talk with anybody one-on-one. And Robert can talk with you too about the application, but the application is done online. We do ask for a copy of your mark sheets and diploma. We will request the GRE or GMAT if the GPA is below 3.0. We do look for a current professional resume or CV. There is an essay statement, so we want you to talk about your interest in this program and why it's important for your career. We do invite you to submit 2 letters of recommendation. It can be from faculty, or it could be from a supervisor in a job or an internship. And then we will invite you to an interview, which we will conduct much like this virtually. And then, of course, we do require a test of English as a foreign language. There are 3 options. We do recommend, most students today are taking Duolingo. It seems to be the easiest to access. And it gets us the score very quickly, and it's not expensive at all. It's the least expensive of the 3 exams. And then, of course, because of our partnership with your school, we will be waiving the application fee. So whenever you're ready to do that, just let me know, and then we will get you to that point. But thank you, Shih Chien. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Connie. I think next is my portion. So in the last few minutes, I'm being mindful of our time. I want to make sure we have time for Q&A. So I'll just briefly introduce a little bit about the classroom experience from a faculty perspective. So a little bit about me. I'm a research faculty, but in addition, I teach in both undergraduate and graduate programs. So for undergraduate programs, I teach marketing and also food and beverage management, and also occasionally I supervise senior internships. And also for our grad programs, I teach food and beverage management and also hospitality cost control. So hopefully my a little insider information will help everyone to understand what actually is happening in the classroom and what kind of resources you can obtain, and also what kind of experience you may have from a faculty perspective. So first, what's in my classes? So here at Temple, we do take pride in adopting a student-centric approach, as you can see from here, and also mentioned by many of my colleagues previously. We take your success very seriously. So we design our course materials and also the learning structure based on the trajectory of your career path. So for example, within the lecture, not only we borrow textbook materials, the theories, but also we keep ourselves up to date, incorporating the industry updates, the news, and the current events and everything going on in the world to make sure every single moment we stay connected. And also, yes, we do have activities going on in the classroom to make sure students are actively engaged throughout the whole process. So for example, some classes we have like group discussions, activities, competition, case studies, like even debates, workshops, and so on. I'm pretty sure if I invite my other colleagues, they'll bring more ideas. And in terms of the assessment, so this is not comprehensive, but in general, we may have like a typical standardized, let's say, exams, quizzes to make sure we're well on track in the assessment. And also many courses, we do have term projects. So essentially you're working with a team and also learn how to succeed as a team. And eventually you will do group presentation or individual presentation and so on. So really depending on which class you are taking. But just in general, these are the format we're taking. And the last is I just want to emphasize, my colleague mentioned early on, we do really emphasize experiential learning and the importance in building student success, because we do have many resources available on campus and in the city. And we often like introduce field trips. So, and also introduce students with our industry partner and with all kinds of different formats. So later on, I'll show you some examples that actually can gain hands-on experience by working with an industry partner. And what are your resources, right? I know previously Dr. Lee has mentioned a lot about what school has supported in terms of student service and also the Center for Industry Engagement. That is a great resource, but from a faculty perspective, I do want to mention we do, again, take every individual very seriously. We offer extensive office hours. And again, we said certain time we can meet, but really many of us hold an open door policy. You really can visit our office hours, stop by, or just anytime you need anything, we'll just make arrangement, we'll just meet up. So I can't tell you how many times I see my colleagues sitting in their office and talking to students for hours, and this is something we really committed to. So I don't want to repeat again, Center for Industry Engagement, who has extensive resources to make sure your professional development is in good hands, and also our extensive industry networks will make sure those resources are available for you. And the last, we often have career fairs, events, and industry events. You'll be notified constantly, and you will be attending those events and interact with your future employers and also your peers. So next is just very briefly, what is happening outside the classroom. As I mentioned, your experience does not really stop within the classroom. You receive a lot of internship opportunities. Doesn't matter you're undergraduate student or master student. Yes, for master student, you will assume a supervisory role, when it comes to internships. And also we provide extensive research and industry engagement opportunities. So I echo what Dr. Lee just mentioned. So students will be engaging on a variety of different opportunities provided by us. For example, our world-renowned research center. Because their extensive collaboration with international partners, national, local, regional. So you will be receiving many resources and opportunities to play a critical role in the process. And also another channel is through the classwork, right? You're taking a certain class, which may involve like consulting project and also give you an opportunity to work with a real client. And also other local and regional partnership opportunities provided by the school. So this is an example, as you can see from the picture here, just very briefly, this is a story actually about our student success. It's about a story of a group of master students. They were working with our industry partner through a consulting project, class project. I had the pleasure to lead this group, which I was really proud of how the outcome turned out. And so basically what they did is they really worked as a consultant. They understand our partner's needs. So for your information, a partner is a local tourism attraction and in the Pennsylvania area. I believe it was in Fox County. So they understand our client's needs and then conduct the primary research and then provide their strategic recommendation to revamp their marketing strategies. Because of the pandemic, our industry was hit really hard. So what was really impressive is we actually was informed later on, after adopting their recommendations, incorporating their suggestions, after a few months later, they see their sales went up even more than pre-pandemic year. I believe it was they compared to a 2019 data. So that was really exciting. So as you can see, it's not only about getting an A in your transcript, it's really a real world validation. So next example is, I'm glad Dr. Lee mentioned it too. So another is this airport passenger product survey. So this project is actually led by the US Asia Center, but our students, including undergrad and master students, are heavily involved in this project. So they're trying to help the local partner, which is the Philadelphia International Airport, to provide a passenger insights in order to improve their overall experience. So as you can see, our students are really stepping out their classroom and really show their presence and show their value as a future industry leader and also research leader too. So that is about me, but before I close my portion, I do want to emphasize how much I enjoyed working with the international students. I believe many of my colleagues will echo what I said. So many of our international students are very hardworking, diligent, and they are a great team player. So after they are adjusted to the US campus environment, actually they are excelling in the classroom. We found over the years, many of our stellar students are international students. So we do take pride of this group, and we also want to continue to grow this partnership with you too. So I'm being mindful about the time. I want to make sure we have a few minutes for questions. So in the end, I just want to thank Shih Chien University and also Professor Cao and your colleagues again for hosting this webinar and for having us, our Tempo crew here, and also for thank you students and faculty for spending your time. So without further ado, I do want to invite questions from the audience. I believe 4 of us are all ready for you. So Professor Cao, so if there are any questions, feel free to let them speak up.
Okay, thank you so much, Lulu. Actually, I have to emphasize before the students are asking question, this is the 3+2 collaboration program. 3 means when you finish the 3rd year in Shih Chien University, you can go to Temple University. And of course, the first semester, you probably need to prepare yourself before entering to the master program. So did you hear me, all the students? 我的意思是说，这个是3+2的一个 program。那3呢，就是说你在实践呢，就是学到第3年了以后，你就可以到那个 Temple University， 然后去做一个学期的那个就是准备，然后之后就进去他们的那个硕士的学位啊。我再次强调，这是一个3+2的 program。如果你有兴趣的话，我们现在of course we'll welcome any question to ask, but I have to leave because I have a class later. So Sean, would you please help me to assist the students to ask questions? Okay.
Okay,
and
no problem.
Thank you. I appreciate. And
Okay, no
say
problem.
bye-bye to everybody because I have to leave. I do have the class, so I have to leave. Sorry, and I meet you in Temple University. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Professor Cao. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, so any student, you have any question for the thing you are interested or you want to explore more deep information, this now is a really good opportunity to ask questions now. And if you just can speak Chinese, I can translate for you. Any student? But by the way, I also have a class now, but so I have to leave at 10. Is that okay for you guys? Sorry for that. So any student you want to ask any question?
Yeah, I would like to ask a question.
Oh, okay, Derek.
Yeah, first of all, Miss Erica, Miss Lulu, Miss Connie, you gave a really thorough explanation about the university, and I would like to ask for Miss Connie, you first explained that the university have diverse class schedule, especially when it is conducted afternoon. So I would like to deep dive through further about that, since we're not accustomed to it. And Ms. Lulu, I would say that you have mentioned that the consultancy is. Can you elaborate it further? What kind of consultancy role play does it give?
Lou,
Connie,
did you
I
want
think that, yeah, sure. I think that is a question for both of us, right?
But you go first, and I was actually going to ask Dr. Lee to talk a little bit more about the classes being in the afternoon. But go ahead, Lou.
Oh, sure. Since I think my portion was about the consulting class.
Mhm.
So just a little bit about information. So that consulting class, I'm not sure in the future structure how we're continuing to refine it. There might be potential changes, but previously the class I was engaged in is we're actually going to connect you with a local partner, and then you directly communicate with the local partner's needs, their problems, their issues they're having, what kind of outcomes they're trying to achieve, and then you're guided by a faculty member, and then you're going to work closely as a group from understanding the business environment to conducting your own research. You actually go out and conduct your primary research to collect data and then analyze it and then show your client, this is what we found, and based on our knowledge, you really synthesize the knowledge you learn from all your courses and this particular client and their business to offer your recommendation. So the case I was presenting was they actually adopt the students' recommendation. They were really glad to see the outcome. So that was a shorter version of the class. So Dr. Lee, please chime in.
Yeah, just want to re-emphasize that the purpose of this class is what we call the capstone class, meaning that you learned a whole bunch of different class subjects, and in the end of the program, you are going to take this consulting class, and you utilize all your knowledge and training in marketing management and all these things, and then try to address a practical problem exposed, to us from the industry, that local industry, maybe a hotel have a logistic issue that they want some kind of advice, and then we have our student team to go to the hotel, talk to their customers, talk to their managers, and try to figure out a solution. But going back to that question, I'm not entirely sure I understand the question that the most of the courses offered after 5 p.m., which basically it's the rationale behind it is that allow some of the students who are actually also working in the industry to be able to take those classes. In other words, in our classroom, we have students who are full-time students who very academic oriented. We also have students who are working in their real world job, but also want to pursue their education. So we have a very nice mixture of both groups in the classroom. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it really do actually. So
thank you.
I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Derek, and thank you, the faculty from Temple University. Any other student you are interested in Temple University's program and want to dip more information from them? Maybe they are thinking about any question, but I think because we have already connected together, and I think if the student have any further question and they want to explore more, maybe they can ask us, and we can, or they can direct send an email to you. Is that okay? Okay,
Absolutely.
so I think that can do this kind of thing for explore more information from you or from us. So if that is okay, could you we just stop here and yeah, sorry for that because I have a cat, so
It's
I
okay.
have to leave.
Totally understand.
Sorry for that.
No worries
No
at all.
problem. No problem.
But I think I will ask our students to think more about the program and think more about their future, because I think study abroad will be a very good thing for them to expand their view for their life, right? So thank you, the faculty from the Temple University, and thank you, student, and thank you, the faculty from the Shih Chien University. I think today we know more about the Temple University, and I think Philadelphia is a really good city for exploring the very, maybe like Robert said, the food tourism. So there are multiple different kinds of foods we can test there. So, okay, I think we will have the other opportunity to meet in person in the future. So nice to meet you guys, and thank you for your introduction, and thank you, student and faculty in Shih Chien University. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you,
Bye.
Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.